What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Back out of the driveway here without running over any of the kids in the neighborhood. Today we're going to talk about something that, and I should have known when I put up the how to get your girlfriend to lift video, that I was going to get this question. The next question that people started shooting me were, well, Jerry, how do I get a girlfriend, period, who lifts? How do I get a girlfriend who lifts? Like, how do I attract a girlfriend who lifts? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, far be it from me for being Don Juan fucking DeMarco or DeSanto or whatever the fuck his name was. But I can give a little bit of advice on how to, meet a woman. This could be funny. This could be... So, chime in, guys, and, ladies. I actually have a lot of women viewers now that are... the women viewership starting to grow. So chime in and you let me know how far off I am, too, or if I'm dead on or whatever. So first off, guys, you want to attract a woman, whether it's an athletic woman or someone who's not athletic or someone who flies kites or whatever, you got to be yourself, because you can't hide who you are for very long. And if you wind up really liking this girl and you're not yourself at the beginning and she figures out who you are second or third date or even 2 months or a year into the relationship, she's going to be gone because she's not going to like who you really are. So be yourself. So if you start to get nervous and start thinking of, maybe I should lie about this or I should say this or try to impress her with that, just cut the shit right there. Just be yourself. If she likes you for who you are, you're going to be fine right there. Right off the bat, you're good. Okay? After you're past that, now here's something that, my friend Christina Late, who's one of my best friends in the world, love her to death. If you see this, hi Chris. I talked to her not that long ago. It was probably about 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and we were, having this discussion. Now, Christina, when we met, let me describe who Christina is. Now, Christina's smart. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's pretty much everything you would want in a woman, and she has the attitude of a guy. Like, she will hang out with you, but she doesn't act like a guy. Don't get me wrong. But she, she can think like a guy, too. So, logically, if you went to her with a guy problem, you could talk to her about it, and she'd be able to figure it out with you. Great, all the way around, right? So, and this is back in, 1990, I don't know, 4 or 5 or something like that. So, we're talking about what makes a guy attractive. So, what's that first thing that attracts you to a guy? Now, some women like, guys with good chests. Christina would always say lats. She likes a guy with good lats, which was kind of a weird body part at the time for me to think about. Kari always says a guy with good legs, calves, legs, because you don't see that very often. So, aside from your physical, the way you look body-wise, dressing is very important to a woman, too. Now, when a woman looks at a guy, this is what I get from, Christina and other women that I know. I've had a lot of women friends throughout the years that have confirmed this. When they look at a guy, they notice how he's put together as a whole. Now, there's a song by ZZ Top, and The Rock quotes it all the time, because every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man, period. The hands down, doesn't matter. You walk in with a fucked up looking tie that you tied all retarded and shit, your shirt buttoned the wrong way, unshaved, looking like you just rolled out of bed and threw some shit together in college, you're probably not going to get the looks. They may look at you and say, oh, he's kind of cute, but the fuck is he doing? Look how he's dressed. You walk in there with all squared away and your shit's pressed and nice and your tie is tied nice and you're shaved and your hair is looking good, and you're going to get the look, okay? They're going to look at you and be like, wow, he's put together, he's a good-looking guy, he's put together. After that initial look, okay, and this is what I understand, and I've actually gone by this. When Kari and I met, we talked about this. They're going to look at accessories. They're going to look at the shoes, the belt, and the timepiece. I'm not talking about a fucking watch. I'm talking about a timepiece, all right? I'm talking about a watch that's nice. They're going to look at that. And they're going to say, wow, he took the time to put on nice shoes. Or he owns nice shoes that match the outfit and they look nice. Oh, he's got a good belt on. Not something that's all fucking ripped up that he's had since he was 5 years old. He took his wallet out of his pocket. It's not that Velcro fucking Levi's wallet that he's had since he was 10. They look at these things to see how detail-oriented you are to yourself. Because if you're not detail-oriented to yourself, then you are sure as fuck not going to be detail-oriented to her. And let's face facts. With women, you got to pay attention to the details. They could be saying, hey, I really like this bracelet over here. And what they're really saying is, pay attention for Christmas and birthday because I like this bracelet. So details. So Christina, I remember telling me, she would look at a guy, and even if he was pretty put together, she would then go to the shoes and to the belt. The watch is my thing. I noticed that really women like watches. And then she would look at that and say, if he doesn't really put himself together like that, then he's probably not going to be that detail oriented with me. He doesn't care enough to take care of himself like that, then, you know, cool. Now, some people may say, well, Jerry, that's very, very shallow way of looking at it. And I say not shallow, because she's not telling him that she wants this, and she's not looking just for that. She's looking how everything is put together. It's like bodybuilding. Everything in the front's going to look good when you're on stage. When you turn around, those glutes better be in. If the glutes are not in, then you're not fully in shape. And that's what it is. It's like a judging system to find out how good you take care of yourself. And if you take care of yourself, then you get to take care of her. Okay, so that's just my 2 cents. Be yourself. Pay attention to details. And above all, guys, don't just do things to try to impress girls. Do things because you want to do them. If you want to buy her a dinner, don't buy her a dinner to try to impress her. Buy her a dinner because you want to buy her a dinner. You know, and again, always be upfront and honest. That is, I think, the big key towards winning a girl over if you really want to win her over. bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is the blog, and where this is the Pay Attention to Details Bicep, and we're out.